Welcome to the Deep Dive, where we surface the most intriguing insights from the research you've provided.
Today we're diving into the world of atomic resolution imaging and crystallography.
We'll be looking at the article Atomic Resolution Imaging of 3D Crystallography in Functional Oxide Thin Films by McLaren et al.
This paper describes a technique allowing us to see and understand how atoms are arranged in 3D space within thin films.
Thin films are crucial in many advanced technologies.
This deep dive focuses on a technique called 4D-STEM, a specialized form of electron microscopy that goes beyond traditional 2D imaging.
So 4D-STEM provides a full 3D map of how atoms are oriented within a material.
That's right. Seeing things in 3D at the atomic level is particularly important for understanding materials with unique properties.
Like functional oxides used in electronics. Why are 3D structures so important in these materials?
The properties of a material are often determined not just by what atoms are present,
But also by how they're arranged in 3 dimensions.
Exactly. Imagine trying to understand a building by only looking at its floor plan.
You might see where the rooms and walls are, but you wouldn't know the building's height or how many floors it has.
Traditional imaging techniques like STEM were limited to these 2D projections.
So 4D-STEM allows us to see the full 3D structure, which is essential for understanding the behavior of these complex materials.
It's like finally being able to see the whole building instead of just the blueprint.
This paper specifically looks at perovskites, a class of materials with a specific crystal structure and often unique properties.
Can you elaborate on why perovskites are so interesting?
Perovskites are fascinating because they have a wide range of potential applications.
In electronics, energy storage, and other fields. The key to unlocking their full potential lies in understanding and controlling their 3D atomic structure.
Take La2,26, or LCMO, for example.
This material is a perovskite with intriguing magnetic and electrical properties.
Properties that are directly influenced by tiny shifts in the positions of its atoms.
These shifts, called antiparallel atom displacements, were predicted by theory.
But 4D-STEM lets us actually see and measure them in 3D.
The paper mentions using 4D-STEM and analysis of the first-order Lau zone, or FOLZ ring, to map these displacements in LCMO.
What exactly is the FOLZ ring, and how does it relate to 3D atomic arrangements?
The FOLZ ring is a feature in the diffraction pattern produced when electrons interact with the material.
Imagine shining a light through a crystal. You get a pattern of bright spots.
It's similar with electrons in a microscope.
The FOLZ ring is like a specific ring of spots in this pattern.
And its shape and intensity variations contain information about the 3D arrangement of atoms in the material.
By analyzing these variations, we can reconstruct the positions of individual atoms and see how they are shifted in 3D.
That's incredible. It sounds like deciphering a secret code hidden within the diffraction pattern.
The paper mentions fitting the variations in the FOLZ ring to a mathematical function to extract information about the atom displacements.
Can you unpack that a bit further?
The researchers found that fitting the FOLZ ring variations to a simple periodic function allowed them to extract 4 key parameters.
Parameters which describe the magnitude and direction of the atomic displacements in 3D.
These parameters act like coordinates, pinpointing the exact location of each atom within the crystal lattice.
They discovered that the lanthanum atoms in LCMO weren't randomly displaced,
They exhibited coordinated antiparallel displacements.
meaning neighboring lanthanum atoms shifted in opposite directions.
It's amazing how these seemingly abstract parameters can reveal such concrete information about the material's structure.
The research team also used simulations to validate their findings.
What was the purpose of these simulations and what did they reveal?
Simulations are crucial for confirming that the experimental observations are accurately interpreted.
The researchers created a virtual model of the LCMO crystal and simulated how electrons would interact with it.
By comparing the simulated diffraction patterns to the experimental ones, they were able to confirm the validity of their 4D-STEM measurements.
And strengthen the conclusion that 4D-STEM can reliably reveal the 3D arrangement of atoms.
So it's like double-checking their work, but in a virtual world.
This approach of using simulations to validate experimental findings is becoming increasingly common in materials science.
It allows researchers to gain a deeper understanding of the underlying physics and build confidence in their interpretations.
Now let's dive into the specific findings from studying an LCMO thin film grown on a substrate.
The researchers focused on an LCMO thin film grown on a substrate made of LSAT.
They found that the B-axis of the LCMO crystal structure preferentially lies in plane.
To minimize the strain between the film and the substrate.
This is like fitting a puzzle piece into a puzzle.
The shape of the piece dictates how it fits into the overall puzzle.
This finding is crucial because it highlights how the substrate can influence the crystallographic orientation of the thin film during growth,
This preferential orientation has implications for the material's properties,
and how it can be used in devices. The researchers were able to make this discovery thanks to the 4D-STEM technique.
which allowed them to map the 3D orientation of the B-axis with atomic precision.
It's remarkable how a technique that reveals atomic scale details can also provide insights into larger scale phenomena.
Like thin film growth.
This discovery opens up a new avenue for manipulating material properties.
By carefully choosing the substrate, we can engineer specific strain conditions,
And thereby control the crystallographic orientation of the thin film.
which in turn can tune its properties.
This level of control has significant implications for the design and fabrication of future devices.
That brings up another fascinating aspect of the research: the implications for controlling the A-site modulation direction in perovskites.
Can you elaborate on what A-site modulation is and why controlling it is so important?
In perovskites, the A-site refers to specific positions within the crystal structure.
Positions that are typically occupied by larger atoms.
A site modulation refers to coordinated displacements of these atoms,
These displacements can significantly influence the material's properties.
such as its conductivity, magnetism, and optical behavior.
The ability to control the direction of these displacements essentially gives us a knob to fine-tune the properties of perovskites.
So by manipulating the strain, we can essentially orchestrate the dance of these atoms within the perovskite structure.
And potentially unlock hidden properties. This research truly highlights the power of combining advanced imaging techniques like 4D-STEM with a deep understanding of materials science principles.
The ability to control the A-site modulation direction opens up exciting possibilities for manipulating a phenomenon known as octahedral tilting in perovskites.
What is octahedral tilting and why is it important in the context of material properties?
Perovskites have a specific arrangement of oxygen atoms forming what we call octahedra.
These octahedra can rotate or tilt relative to each other.
And these tilts directly impact the material's electronic and magnetic properties.
By manipulating the A-site modulation direction, we can indirectly control the octahedral tilting.
And fine-tune those properties.
It's fascinating how seemingly subtle changes at the atomic level can have such profound effects on a material's behavior.
The researchers were able to observe and quantify these effects using 4D-STEM.
This technique truly opens a new window into the world of materials science.
Beyond LCMO, this research has broader implications for understanding other complex materials.
Similar 4D-STEM methodologies can be applied to investigate the 3D crystallography of a wide range of materials.
From functional oxides and high-temperature superconductors to even biological materials.
The paper also highlights the crucial role of strain in dictating the crystallographic orientation of thin films.
Can you explain how strain influences thin film growth?
Strain arises from the mismatch in lattice parameters between the thin film and the substrate on which it's grown.
This mismatch can lead to the thin film adopting a specific orientation.
To minimize the strain energy.
In the case of LCMO, the B-axis preferentially lies in plane to minimize the strain.
This emphasizes the importance of carefully selecting substrates with compatible lattice parameters.
To achieve desired crystallographic orientations.
So strain is not just a byproduct of thin film growth. It can be used as a tool to manipulate the properties of the film.
This concept of strain engineering is already employed in various fields,
like semiconductor technology, where it's used to enhance the performance of transistors.
The insights from this research provide a deeper understanding of strain engineering at the atomic level.
By intentionally introducing strain during thin film growth, we can influence the crystallographic orientation.
And thereby tailor the material's properties.
This level of control opens up exciting avenues for designing and fabricating materials with properties tailored for specific applications.
The ability to control the A-site modulation direction and manipulate octahedral tilting provides a powerful means of fine-tuning the properties of perovskite materials.
This could lead to the development of more efficient and advanced materials for various applications.
One specific example is the potential to enhance properties like magnetic ordering.
By optimizing the strain and the A-site modulation direction, we could potentially develop materials with enhanced magnetic properties.
For use in next-generation data storage devices or spintronics applications.
The research also hints at the possibility of enhancing ferroelectric properties by controlling octahedral tilting.
Can you explain what ferroelectricity is and why it's technologically important?
Ferroelectricity is a property of certain materials that exhibit spontaneous electric polarization,
This polarization can be reversed by an external electric field.
making these materials useful in various applications, including memory devices, sensors, and actuators.
By optimizing octahedral tilting, we could potentially enhance the ferroelectric properties of perovskites.
And pave the way for the development of new and improved devices.
4D-STEM played a crucial role in unraveling the complex interplay between strain, crystal structure, and material properties in this research.
Can you elaborate on what makes this technique so revolutionary?
4D-STEM has revolutionized materials science by allowing us to visualize and analyze materials at the atomic level in 3 dimensions.
A capability that was previously unimaginable with traditional imaging techniques.
It has opened up a new frontier in materials research, enabling us to gain unprecedented insights into the structure and properties of materials.
The development of 4D STEM is a testament to the ingenuity and dedication of scientists and engineers.
While 4D-STEM offers incredible insights, it's important to acknowledge that there are limitations and challenges associated with the technique.
Can you elaborate on some of these challenges?
One of the main challenges is the need for highly specialized equipment and expertise.
4D STEM systems are complex and require skilled operators to acquire and analyze the data.
Which limits the accessibility of the technique to a relatively small number of research groups.
Another limitation is the time and computational resources required for data analysis.
4D-STEM datasets can be very large, and processing them can be computationally intensive.
Highlighting the need for developing more efficient algorithms and software for data analysis.
Despite these challenges, 4D-STEM has already proven its value in advancing material science.
As the technology continues to advance, we can expect to see even more widespread adoption and applications of 4D STEM.
Leading to new discoveries and breakthroughs.
What are some potential future directions and advancements we can anticipate in this field?
The field of atomic resolution imaging and crystallography is constantly evolving.
And there are several exciting avenues for future research and development.
One area of focus is improving the resolution and sensitivity of 4D STEM.
Researchers are working on developing new electron optics and detectors that can capture even finer details of atomic arrangements.
Another area of interest is expanding the range of materials that can be studied using 4D STEM.
Current systems are primarily limited to studying crystalline materials.
But there is growing interest in developing techniques for imaging amorphous materials and biological samples.
The development of new sample preparation techniques and imaging modes could enable the study of a wider variety of materials.
Integrating 4D STEM with other characterization techniques also holds great promise.
Combining 4D STEM with spectroscopy techniques could provide information not only about the atomic arrangement,
but also about the chemical composition and electronic structure of materials.
Such correlative microscopy approaches could lead to a more comprehensive understanding of materials.
It seems like the possibilities are endless.
The development of machine learning algorithms for data analysis could also revolutionize the way we interpret 4D STEM data.
Machine learning algorithms can be trained to identify patterns and extract information from large data sets more efficiently than humans.
This could accelerate the pace of discovery and enable scientists to gain deeper insights from 4D STEM data,
leading to a faster turnaround time for research and development.
This research and the advancements in 4D STEM are truly paving the way for a future where materials are tailored with atomic precision to meet specific technological demands.
The ability to design materials with specific magnetic, electrical, or optical properties simply by manipulating their atomic arrangement could revolutionize various industries.
For example, this level of control could lead to the development of more efficient solar cells, faster transistors, and more powerful magnets.
The possibilities are endless, and this research is a testament to the transformative power of materials science.
A field that is constantly pushing the boundaries of what's possible, creating new materials that shape our world. With advancements in characterization techniques like 4D STEM, we can expect even more exciting discoveries in the years to come.
This research we've been discussing today underscores how seemingly insignificant details at the atomic level can have a considerable impact on a material's properties.
The study highlights that in the LCMO thin film, the B-axis consistently preferred to lie in plane across various regions of the sample.
This consistency suggests that strain minimization is the dominant factor driving this specific orientation.
However, the researchers observed a difference in Minkon ordering when LCMO was grown on 2 different substrates, LSAT and SciTIO3.
SRTIO3 has a larger lattice parameter compared to LSAT.
which means growing LCMO on SRTIO3 would lead to different strain conditions compared to growing it on LSAT.
This difference in strain likely explains why LCMO exhibits better Monco ordering when grown on LSAT.
It's like the substrate is setting the stage for how the atoms arrange themselves.
And those subtle differences in arrangement can significantly influence properties like magnetic ordering.
By carefully selecting the substrate, scientists can essentially tune the strain environment.
And as a result, fine-tune the material's properties.
This research demonstrates how understanding the intricacies of crystallography and strain can be harnessed to create materials with enhanced functionalities.
The combination of advanced imaging techniques like 4D-STEM with a deep understanding of materials science principles is truly powerful.
As these techniques become more refined and accessible, we can expect even more groundbreaking discoveries in the world of material science.
This is just the beginning.
This deep dive has explored the complexities of atomic resolution imaging and crystallography,
We've uncovered the power of 4D-STEM
the importance of strain engineering.
and the intricate relationships between crystal structure and material properties.
We encourage you to continue exploring the world of material science.
There's a universe of knowledge waiting to be discovered.
And perhaps one day, you'll be the one making groundbreaking discoveries using these techniques.
Until next time, keep diving deep.
And stay curious.